Come on in. I remember old school days. We used to do this. I don't even think anybody uses this signal anymore. When you were telling somebody to come to you or come here, and back in the day, it used to be you'll do this. Like if you were in their presence, you'd be like, come here, right? I don't even think people do that anymore. But come. Got something to tell y'all. The fire. Flames. Going down, yo. High Vibe Collective, you guys command the fire. It's under your rule. You're not destroyed by it. You're empowered by it. You're strengthened by it. And then you use it for alchemy and do a ball. Sending it back to your enemies. Right? Check. The schemes, the tricks, the plots. Let me give y'all a scenario. Some of you have lived through what I'm about to tell you. Some of y'all, this already happened. Others of you, it's playing out as I'm speaking in this now. And even more others of you, this is possibly the near future. So here's the way this goes. This is why it serves us to, first and foremost, really do due diligence to get educated about spirituality, about all sorts of things that maybe we are not used to or we didn't believe. Okay, it serves us to understand the world that we live in, the earth as we know it, and those that are here, human and unhuman, high vibe and low vibe. Okay, and the types of shit that people do. It serves us to get educated about mental illness. Not the shit that everybody's going around talking about, oh, they crazy. Because half of the people be saying that be the crazy ones. But I'm talking about truly getting educated, knowing what true mental illness actually looks like, especially on the severe spectrum. I'm not talking about how every last one of us deal with levels of anxiety and sadness and traumas. I'm talking about those who would fall under the more malignant form, like schizophrenia, psychotic, sociopaths, narcissists. It serves us to not take those terms lightly and to truly get educated about that so we can understand what the hell we're actually dealing with. Okay? So otherwise you'll get fooled and caught in the trap, and next thing you know, you wake up and you done fucked off your life behind dealing with these types of people for far too long. Okay? So when you're dealing with those types of energies, the tricks, the schemes, the plots are very sophisticated. This is another reason why you all hear me say stuff like, you must learn the mind of a lunatic. It's going to serve you in this journey to understand the mind of a lunatic, to understand the nature. Because if you're going to try to figure things out or understand things based on your own frequency and energy, and if you're a divine one, earth, angel, stars, this shit ain't going to compute. Okay? If you know what I'm saying? It's just not, you're not going to catch that because you can't conceive of some of the malicious shit that there are individuals that are able and capable of doing. Okay? So it's going to throw you off because you're going to be like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because within you say there's no way on God's green earth that under any circumstances am I going to stoop to such a degree for nothing and have nobody. But there are individuals who do, even if they hide it from you. So here's the nature of the game. Those of you that know that you have dealt with dark witches and warlocks, here is the plot. the scheme, the twist. So chances are when they start to receive some type of a bad karma, and they slowly do, it just depends. Everybody's story is different, but they do usually end up getting caught up. If these were narcissists, dark witches and warlocks, people who are professional criminals, con artists, all you name it, just everything wicked and evil under the sun, bitch. I'm gonna be good. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, their primary meat and potatoes, they use mind magic. Okay, accept it. This is what they do. This is how they get people to do what they do for them to start. Okay, mind magic, a lot of mental spell work over people's minds. Okay, they invest a whole lot into that. Okay, far longer than you think. Most of you got caught up in shit with people because of it. Okay, so they play in dream work. So they try to manipulate the subconscious. They try to manipulate dream state to cause people to, bend in certain directions. They also pay people in the 3D. So don't get it twisted. Not everybody that's around you is who you think they are. They pay people to co-sign their foolery. Okay, we'll give you a cut, bitch, if you watch this motherfucker, if you will, if you lie for me, if you sign this document, if you notarize this, if you forge this signature, if you create a fake profile and platform under this person's information, if you do this, whoop-de-whoop, it's all a plot. It's all a plan. It's all a scheme. But this is always, hear this part good, it's always behind the scene. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, they have an appearance to you and others that are unknowing or ignorant to things, thinking of them in lights and ways that are so far from the truth, it ought to be a shame. To throw them off the track. Okay? Now, so when it comes down to situations when these individuals start to get caught up, so let's fast forward to when they start to get caught up, when shit start hitting the fan, bitch, in the land of dark witches and warlocks. When the shit start hitting the fan, in the land of the narcissists and the psychopaths, okay, what do they start to do then? Okay, they're still doing sympathy spells. Okay, this never stops. So if ever you all thinking that, there's a pause, or because they go in herds, bitch. It's the hive mentality. You can bet your bottom dollar. It's always some kind of mental magic going on, even if one got put away somewhere. So then they got caught up. It's like, damn, bitch. And it may not always be directly related, okay, to the shit that they have on you. Not all the time. Sometimes, yeah. Other times is because a lot of them are frauds. They're professional. They've been frauding since they came out. They mamas, hoo-ah, bitch. And they ain't never learned a damn lesson. Okay, they still at it. Okay, been thieving and lying since birth. Most of us learn at some point in life, but these types of individuals do not. They go into old age still conducting as such, okay? Especially when they tap into the dark arts, they just merged, bitch. They merged. It must be good. Because it's the truth anyhow. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's just a new sophisticated way of being a criminal. Now, if they get caught up, they go to jail, bitch. Let's say they either go to jail, they catch a case. Let's say they call somebody else to catch a case, because usually they have a lot of pawns that they put in front of them to take the falls first. Okay? And this is why that mental magic is always at play. The sex magic and mental magic are two primary things these people use. Because that's the best way they can get you entrapped and entangled for a very long time. Okay? So, whoa. So when we are not waking up and healing, like, cause see, that's our only true protection. People laughed at me for a long time, but that laughing is changing to something else as this year is coming to a close. Our protection is in our journey, our healing, our ascension, our educating ourselves, our, you know what I'm saying, working over our team. That's it. Right? So as long as we are bucking and resisting that, we're prey. Simple as that. Easy prey. Easy. No matter how intelligent we are. Has nothing to do with intelligence. So this is why I laugh when people be talking about I'm intelligent, and I'll be like, yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are intelligent, but you still under a spell, bitch. Because you can't see straight. You're under an illusion. So the intelligence means absolutely nothing. Now, like I said, when we are in the position where we're still not quite believing it, we're not healing, we're still, when we dilly-dally with these motherfuckers, see, what they are aware of, what we are often not aware of, is that as long as we deal with them, we will absorb karma. This is something they know. It's something that we don't, though. So what do I mean by that? So let's say they got busted, they got caught up, bitch, well, now they crying. The next thing, okay, now they crying, playing the victim, amping up sympathy spells, bitch, believe me spells, bitch, feel sorry for me spells, bitch. Okay? After they're finally, some of these folks, it was a long time coming. They should have been and got some shit. Okay? So when it finally starts to happen, now they crying, now they going to church, bitch. Now all they just doing the most, bitch. They're amplifying everything they could possibly do, bitch. To get motherfuckers to be like, oh, let's help them out. They're the tornado that done ran through many lives. But now they're trying to get people to get in this, oh, right? We fall for it. We feel bad because here they bringing in little Susie and little John, 3-4-year-old snotty nose crying. Here they come with the fake ass stories about some kind of emergency and all sorts of shit. They're going to do this. So if you all thinking that there's a level of decency that these folks aren't going to result to or reduce themselves to, you're wrong. So if you started to pull your energy back, let's say, because like I said, if they got caught, you could have made some decisions like, okay, well, I'm done then. Okay, I'm putting my energy back. I don't want this. I don't want that. Like you could have came to some kind of decisions, but still, not quite doing the healing and still not quite, you know what I'm saying, in the strength. And it's like when we keep these doors open and we still feel obligated and fall for the trap of these people, they're still out for blood. This does not change. In fact, even if they hid it from you, they're upset because you've decided to change some type of dynamic. They may have smiled. They may have said, it's all good. It's okay. I'm not, I'll get over it. I'll heal, because narcissists, they still got to put up a front to a degree. It just depends on the situation. So they could have tried to play that role as to keep a friendship or a connection somehow, because they're not, whether you know this or not, they're not giving up on whatever it is. Okay? So then under the guise of whatever type of connection you once upon a time had with them, whatever fondness you once upon a time had, whatever kind of bonds, especially, like I said, those who like to reduce themselves to using children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, nieces, nephews, whoever the fuck, whatever the fuck, okay? Old people, whatever, whatever stops they're trying to pull out to get you in this energy of feeling sorry for what they're receiving that they rightly deserve to receive. Okay? So When we fall into that, and I can speak of this, I can speak of this personally. When we fall into that, whether it be emotional, because see, everybody's story is a little different. Whether it is they were just used to being able to get around you, come around you, talk to you, absorb, dump, dump, dump. Okay? Or, you know what I'm saying, for some of us, sex. Okay? Other of us, whatever it is, money, resources, whatever this stuff was, they've gotten attached to, so they try to plot and plan ways to keep that going. So this is what has happened to some of you, unfortunately. You didn't listen to your spirit guides, your higher self, time after time concerning certain people. There was guidance that was to the point. Let them go. Cut it off. Stop talking. Release them. They're not your problem. Let them go. Cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off. Stop fucking them. Stop fucking them. Stop hanging with them. Stop talking to them. Stop giving them rides. Stop giving them money. Stop buying them shit. You're not Santa Claus. You're not Bank of America. Cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off. We didn't do it. Feeling sorry, feeling guilty, feeling obligated, under spells, even still. Because a lot of that stuff is still spells. It's sympathy spells. It's high-level sophisticated manipulation. So what did we do? We gave them people money, right? Give them money. Okay, for some of y'all thought y'all was giving people money for motherfuckers' child care expenses, bitch, for emergencies, bitch, for one thing and another that sounded like this was a great cause. And for some of you, here's some bad news. For some, they were taking the monies that you were giving them to so-called help them out of a bind to do more spell work on you. And whoever it was, whatever you've shared with them, whatever you've opened up and said, they took the money from you to commence to do more fuck shit. Some of you, they took it to do more spells. Some of you, they took it to pay for motherfuckers to do fucked up shit to you and someone you care for. Okay? And guess what happened as a result? You got tied to their bad karma. Because you invested, you paid. This is the lesson I've been trying to scream about, minding our energy, our resources, what we're paying into, because we live by the decisions we make. But these people will do confusion, spells, all sorts of shit to cloud your mind and judgment so that you don't know why you're receiving. A lot of them do the trickster energy, the bait and switch. They'll cloak in innocent energy to those who don't have a strong enough discerning eye and don't know about this shit, and project their toxicity and actual energy onto an innocent one, which only racks up their bad karma, of course, because now they're going to have to eat a whole lot of things, okay? What they did on top of projecting what they did. So some of them are getting double whammies, okay? Because they did the fucked up shit, but then they tried to project the fucked up shit that they did on an innocent divine one, which the universe, source, ancestors, whatever you want to call it, this ain't gonna end pretty for them. But it's up to us, though. See, I share this for awakening souls. The various stages of it. I know what it's like to go through the saga and the entanglement and being stuck in narcissistic abuse, the gaslighting and what it does to you, that brain fog, that mind control. But when we're not educated, we don't believe it. We don't want to hear it. We don't believe it. That trauma bonding, all of that stuff that we got confused as deep connection. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. Addictions. Okay? So they continue on. Like I said, this never stops. Like I had dreams again. I'm telling y'all, I'm having dreams constantly lately. So it's exposing people that's actually involved in the fuckery. So they're just going on a list every day. So every day I talk to my team about what's revealed in my dreams, what people are doing in my dream state, what they're trying to inject in my dream state, the individuals that are involved. Oh yeah, I'm calling it. Whether it's people from way back in the day, bitch, that I went to church with, bitch, motherfuckers in Vegas, bitch. Like, it don't matter. Whoever the fuck, whoever the fuck show up, I'll be like, Eureka. And I always add a clause because my heart position is still high frequency. So I always add the clause. I go, well, team, I'm fallible. So if people are innocent, then here is my direction. Here are my orders. If people are actually truly innocent, then may this pass them by. But if they're not, fry them. I'm cutting to the point because I don't really have the time, energy, or patience any further to dilly-dally with, what if, and well, no, we ain't doing that. Once you've gone through narcissistic abuse and you understand narcissism, once you have educated yourself on that type of stuff and lived through it, once you become aware of secret societies, dark witches, and warlocks, you no longer play that game because these type of people feed off that energy. They bank on and hope for and expect people to the soft side that they can exploit, right? So I'm done with that. I'm like, no, because every day is the point of attraction, right? Every now moment, collective, every single day. And every day people don't make things right with you is a day that you should realize that they're up to shit. Yes, there's exceptions, but you must be very wise and discerning about that. Very wise and discerning. Because now is the point of attraction, not tomorrow. And for individuals that may have wronged you, they already know all of that. Okay? So, to me, it's do or die. If they're not making it right with me, you heard me? Now, I put in clauses because I have to handle the shit or hand it over to my team, as you should, to execute accordingly under judicial law on earth and in the ethers. But I'm not playing. So when all this shit show up, I'm like, the more it's okay. And the weird shit I'll feel at any given point of the day, or my son, or I watch subtle energies, I'm like, okay, excellent. Let's add this on the list. Boom, bitch. Okay, that right there. I want to add that. Thank you, light team. When it comes time and divine order and synchronicity, get them. Because I'm done playing patty cake. They want to play in the energy world, and they're going to meet some surprises. So, you all, hopefully, you're learning, if you're on this awakening part, like, if we can get this wisdom. We cannot afford. I love that invisible song. We cannot, bitch. We can avoid the innocent. There's innocent lives and blood at the hand of these motherfuckers. And we can avoid that. Okay? We have to stand up and face the enemy. It's a do or die situation. We ain't got no time to be having no sympathy on murderers. And I'm talking about murderers who do ritual work, bitch, all forms. Not just somebody that's been caught red-handed. Because the psychopaths and sociopaths almost rarely get caught to maybe the very end of life or something. We can't afford to play with this shit. You put in money in the hands of a dark witch and warlock, understand you yourself is going to be a receiver of their bad karma as well. I have tried warning and putting a lot of information out for people, so a lot of people aren't going to be able to skate out talking about nothing, because folks done heard a lot. You want us to finance and support? I don't care what kind of cockamamie stories they're coming up with. Their situations are starting to happen because of what they have done to many people. And what they're still doing. So they're in your face pretending to be reformed. They're in your face pretending like they're sorry. They're in your face pretending like they didn't mean it. How the fuck you didn't mean all that investment? That's not an accident or a mistake. That is a strategy and a plan. Everybody deserves, I hear it. No, everybody don't, actually. Yep, I said that. No, everybody don't. Nope. Ask yourself this question. You see, if we demystify and de-spiritualize all this shit and get raw and real, ask yourself the question. As it pertains to you and yours. Because see, every time we point it back to us and what matters to us, we start clearing our throat. So point it back to your own life. The things that matter to you, because everybody's different, so I can't just make it blanket, but whatever that is for you in your life. And let's say these are individuals that were hell-bent on taking you out and taking that out, or whatever that is, your children, whatever it is. I can bet you're not going to say they deserve a second chance. And I'm talking about some high-level malicious shit. I'm not talking about they stole your favorite pair of jeans. Low-level shit, okay? I'm talking about some high-level, deep, dark, malicious, wicked shit. With intent. Are you going to say that somebody that was after your life for years deserve a second chance? That somebody that tortured your children for years, are you going to literally put those words up in the mouth area, bitch? People that were violating you and your children for years, are you going to say they deserve a second chance? They do not, collective. And what I'm implying is this. Yes, we must heal and move on and let all the stuff go. That's a part of the healing and alchemizing and integrating all of that. Absolutely. But that doesn't mean you go to Starbucks with them again. There are people we have to accept they're not well. And it's going to go far beyond a fucking counseling session and appeal. Some of these people need a Reiki session, prayer, exorcism, and to be studied. Because of the shit that they have reduced themselves to get involved with to hurt other lives. You don't become BFFs with these type of people. You don't go to the party with these types of people. You don't go to the banquet with these types of people. You don't become partners with these types of people. You certainly, if you have any integrity within you, you certainly don't want to do business with these types of people. Because you're going to be attaching yourself, whether you intended to do that or not, to their bad karma. And I can guarantee you, they don't give a fuck. A lot of these people know, collective, that they're done. So what they're doing at this point is trying to take as many people out with them as they can. A lot of them already know they're done. A lot of them got visits from ancestors, sourcing them, bitch. I send a masters, bitch. All the motherfuckers. Some of them then got straight told. Like, I promise you, some of them know. Not all of them, but some of them do. I promise you they do. I promise you some of them know that they're done. They've been shown and told. And so they're pissed about it. And instead, people like you or myself, collective, depending on who you are, shit, y'all might have been shit like, shit, that shit was on us, bitch. That shit, man, we be like, man, I'm finna go somewhere in the mountains, bitch. Fuck that. I'm finna go home, bitch. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm done, though. Like, that's it. I'm fucked up. Okay, it's like this is gonna roll out for the rest of my days, bitch. Like, you, collective, and me, we'll be somewhere like, fuck that. I can't change, you know what I'm saying? Some shit that's just a part of the cause and effect of life on earth as lessons. And it's for me to learn what that's about. So let me find me somewhere, bitch. Let me go somewhere, bitch, and sit down. Be like, fuck that. Oh, fuck it. It's over. But see, these individuals, they've disconnected a long time ago. Their pride and ego is way overinflated and in control. So they're still acting like children. Okay? Old school. We certainly don't recommend some of this old school shit that we came from, right? But old school, it was always the different temperaments in children. I'll guarantee you. Old schoolers, they know what I'm talking about too. There was always some different temperaments each child had. One, you could knock them the fuck out 12 times, bitch, and they still fencing to get up and go do the same shit, bitch. That they done did, bitch. They got 4 knots on their head. They bleeding on the left side, bitch. They done got all the toys taken, bitch. Like, and they'll still get up and be like, you be sitting there scratching your head like, what the fuck hell I gotta do to you, bitch, to get you to understand that you're gonna pay for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Other temperaments, other children's temperaments was, all you gotta do is look at them a little sternly for 5 minutes and they shooken, man. Just the idea of punishment, bitch. For some, be like, nah, I'm good. I'm finna go somewhere, sit down, bitch. I ain't finna get my ass whooped today. I will not get an ass whooping. You know what I'm saying? Like all you gotta do is like talk stern, like, John, little John. All right. And for some of them, they'll straighten right up if they can sense that assertiveness, right? And that's the way it is with adult humans and different energies and so forth. Okay? And usually I can promise you malignant narcissists are probably the latter. I'm sorry, the first group. It don't matter. They gonna be cut open, splat on the ground, bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's like I talk about all the time, self-destruct. Self-destruct. Needing to win at all costs, essentially meaning to their own detriment. Out of refusal to stop coming against innocent lives, out of their refusal to stop fucking with motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? All of that shit. Trying to tie people up and slow people up, because that's what some of these people did to some of y'all, I'm telling you. Y'all opened y'all mouth. Somebody opened their mouth and started trying to tell people, okay, I don't want to be in this no more. I don't want to be your friend no more. Or I want a divorce. Or I don't want to have sex anymore. Or I want to, whatever it was, thinking that you're dealing with relatively sane, decent folks, because that's the image that they portrayed themselves to be. But when it came down to that, they put on a fake ass narcissistic smile and commenced Project Sabotage. Let's attempt murder. Let's attempt to get this person sick. Let's attempt to get this person robbed. Let's attempt to get this person beat up. Let's attempt to get this person so fucked up that they can't take care of themselves, so they have to stay here and can't fucking move. Yeah, I know about that too. These are the things that they do. Now, they'll pay for it, no doubt, collective. But it was designed to get you in a position, are you ready to wake up and learn yet? Because you ain't fencing to change these motherfuckers. Are you ready yet? Because, they going down in flames and they trying to take you with them. Another thing I want you all to know is some of these people, though they have knowledge, collective on some stuff, some of them do miss like the fine print, okay? And it could be because they were able to do something for so very long and that had a certain level of a result, okay? Even as it pertains to twins, those that are on this twin type flame journey and all that toxic energies and shadow energy that surrounds those journeys and the people that are involved, in my esteem, and this is just my opinion, I'm still doing more and more research. Past life lunatics. I swear, I feel like majority of these people were like the people. I promise you. I swear. And then they came in this life in different forms and shit, bitch. Disguised, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I promise y'all. I swear. I'm going to keep on looking into it. But anyway, I digress. I swear. I'm like, nah, I think these motherfuckers was nuts. And they came in this lifetime as a relative, bitch. They came, bitch. This time, bitch, they came as religious clergy, bitch. They came all disguised, bitch. And it was supposed to be for us to just learn how to read energy and not get stuck on labels. Learn how to read energy, healing, and to not get stuck on this illusionary appearances. That's one of the main lessons. Main one. Okay? But like I was saying, some of y'all did get caught up because you're trying to free yourself, and they pretended on some level. Some of them may have flipped out. Others of them pretended to a degree as to be able to stay connected to you. So in other words, they had to fake the funk. Why? Because they still want to come do shimmy over your food and your clothes and your drinks and your liquor and your they still want to have proximity, because the closer proximity they could have to you, the more potent and effective their ritual work. This is why they hate it when people be trying to separate. They hate it. This is why they try to get a whole lot of people to hunt somebody down and get close, bitch. It's a reason for this. Okay? Because they want to be able to put shit and sprinkle shit, bitch. You know what I'm saying? They want to. I promise you, man. So they strategize, as some of y'all tried to free yourself, unfortunately, and I'm sorry. But it was a lesson so that we could start following our intuition a lot sooner. Stop giving the wrong people benefit of the doubt. Many of us have went down paths where we have given all the wrong people benefit of the doubt. And the ones that we should have given the benefit of the doubt, we over scrutinized them. And that's another plot. That's another strategy. Okay? Some of us have had magic over our lives in that way, dark rituals over our lives, just for this kind of shit right here. Okay? It's mind control. But if you don't believe in that, especially those of us that are a little bit arrogant, you know what I'm saying? We're like, well, ain't nobody. It's like, yeah, but how come you can't get free then, bitch? How come it's hard? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like, when we start challenging ourselves, it's like, okay, right. Okay, because this don't really got nothing to do with IQ, and this is what we have to get over. Has nothing to do with, oh, that means you're not smart. No, that has nothing to do with it. You can be supremely intelligent. But this is more to do with energy and subtle energies and discernment. And when we ourselves don't believe that, we are prone to be vulnerable to it as well. Okay, because the motherfucker crying and shit, bitch, praying. Like, if we don't know how to, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real, y'all. But hopefully, those of you who did get caught up, because look, some of y'all went to jail behind these motherfuckers. I'm telling you what I know. Some of y'all went to jail, bitch, behind doing some fuck shit with these motherfuckers. Okay? Under mind control or something. Like, it was a setup. It was, I promise you, it was a fucking setup. Because why? You say why? Why? Okay, we're talking about unwell people first and foremost. But they didn't want you to go on. They didn't want you to be able to go on. Oh, thank you, like team. They're bringing it back. Okay. Boom, bitch. They want me to come back to where I was going. Okay, so some of these people are, like I said, they didn't read the fine print of a lot of things on the Twin Flame journey. So case in point, they'll try to tie up one of the twins. Okay, so they're always doing ritual work on both counterparts, by the way. This is always happening, nonstop. Okay, they're always stalking, conspiring, doing weird nigga bitch shit. This is just the way it is. So the advanced twin, the one that's further along in their awakening and ascension, okay, so they always have an eye on them and always up to shenanigans and trying to like somehow discredit them, anything so that the other counterpart will look at them in a certain way. Okay, that's always primary goal. Okay, now here's a twist though. These individuals think by tying up that one counterpart that is going to tie up the destiny or the abundance or the blessing or whatever that is they feel like they're intercepting. But that's an error. That's erroneous. Let me tell you how I know. Whoever is in surrender to their higher selves, though there's challenges, though we have to overcome and clear and do a lot of shit, they can't stop you, dear. They know this now. But see, they thought by, okay, if I could tie up divine masculine, for an example, if I can tie them up with one lustful hoe after the next, if I can tie them up with one shenanigans after the next, if I can get them caught up in some kind of case, if I can get them killed, bitch, shit, if I can get them beat up, if I can do this, I can give them a disease, bitch, and make them an invalid, you know. Yeah, I know about that too. So they think that by doing that, it stops the other, but that's not true. I'm a proof of it, as is many others. It's not true. What ends up happening when the counterparts get stagnated for whatever reason or fucked up, slowed down, like whatever they thought was going to be wonderful, and it don't turn out that way. It ends up coming to shit. It comes to shit, I promise y'all. And so, which is sad, collective. And I know some of y'all is like, damn, Bloomy. What's really though? Like people, yeah. People that fucked up. And if it's hard for you all to swallow that, just take it, reduce it back down to some things that I just said earlier in the reading. I'm sorry, in this discussion. You know, taking it back to the basics, they're not well, man, okay? Whatever language you prefer to use, fuck the labels, okay? If you're uncomfortable with all of the so-called labels and adjectives and pronouns, nouns, whatever, if you don't have a particular bent in any type of, systems of beliefs, then just reduce it to the basics, okay? Which is, they fucked up. Okay? They're not well, dear. And I don't mean that in condescension. I actually mean it with 100% truth. Taking out any kind of bias. Because we have to understand, if you start investigating for yourself, you'll see what I'm saying for yourself. And that just don't become well tomorrow because somebody cried at an altar or in a Reiki session. That it doesn't work like that. They have been fucked up for 30 years. They have been a black witch, a dark witch and warlock for 30 years. They not been suddenly in 5 seconds. Because that's a mental illness. Anybody who plays with anything in a malicious energy, ill will and intent, attempt to control. Because see, by the way, dark magic is simply attempting to what? If we want to even reduce that, it's attempting to what? Get to the core of what is really going on. Attempting to manipulate and control and dominate someone else's mind and someone else's free will. That is spell work. So abuse is high-level sophisticated manipulation, which is what? Brainwashing, narcissism, gaslighting. What is all of that? And what is the attempt behind it? An attempt to what? So whether we want to get caught up in, you know what I'm saying, officials and be like, oh, okay, well, reduce shit. And whether we want to accept this or not, there's been a whole lot of unwell people walking, y'all. And just because people can create platforms and sit up all day and copy motherfuckers all day and, you know what I'm saying, mimic motherfuckers and shit, that doesn't mean nothing. This is why we must learn. Especially with cultures, I'm trying to, man. It goes beyond sitting at the therapy office too. Let me tell you, how many of you know motherfuckers that had court orders to do shit and they still ain't well, bitch? Okay, come on. They still not. They still not. They got the check off on the paper, bitch, but they still doing crazy shit. This is why we have to learn how to look past this 3D. I'm going to tell y'all a story from when I was little. I was a little girl, and I don't know why I'm guided to share this story, because damn, I was what, light team, was I even in high school yet, bitch? Or was I still, it don't really matter. But for whatever reason, I'm thinking of this now, so I'll share it. So when I was a little girl, a young girl, I think I want to say preteen, teenager, close, something like that. Well, my mom was, at that time, she was married to someone different, okay, than she was in latter years, okay? She was married to a gentleman that had drug and alcohol issues, okay, major. And they were together, you know, actually, I think they were together on and off for a long time, quite honestly. And he was on heavy, you know, like heavy drugs, okay? And he would go through these cycles of, you know, like he would get in trouble, something would happen. Sometimes he would go to jail or whatever, but something would happen. And so he would go through these seasons of so-called reform. And I can remember one Christmas. I don't know why the hell am I remembering this? Okay. So I think he was like in some kind of special, was it a halfway house or a sober house? I don't know why anyway. So we went, I think it was a Christmas Eve or some type of holiday, because it was like a kind of holiday energy and meal or something like that. I think they were allowed to have family or something maybe. So we went, you know, whoop, okay, because it was, you know, he was supposed to be like getting clean and sober or whatever, right? And it didn't stick, y'all. And I'm saying this for a reason. It didn't stick. I can recall watching this kind of saga over and over again. This is why they say people who, the family members or whatever of addicts usually need to do Al-Anon, because they become these enablers. They become consumed by managing these people's addictions. And it starts to affect everybody. Right? So I watched that. One song and dance after the next, and they're very charismatic and they're very good at, the performance and convincing people. This is a classic trait of an addict. And, it's always going to be for sure this time. Okay. I also can recall, like, he was one, I think he had stole like my sister's, one of my sister's, necklace, if I'm recalling that properly. Like, just boom, bitch. Like, he just snatched the shit, bitch. I ain't talking about it was on no table, bitch. Nah. Nope. Does that mean he was a horrible person? Like, we can't really get into that. I'm trying to talk about, like, mental illnesses, pathology, and like the destruction. Because, see, at the end of the day, it's these people's lives and choices, and they must live by the decisions they make. But as long as they have a whole bunch of tongue biters and enablers, which in this case with the man that my mom was married to at that time, he had a lot of them. His mother was one of them. One of the main ones. Okay, for a very long time. That's usually the case because, that's why it serves for us to get educated and go to Al-Anon and heal and realize we have to release, or you bring your life down behind trying to so-called carry and save someone they don't want saving. And if they do, it's something that they're guided to do for themselves. Nobody can do it for them. So collective, a lot of our lessons have been kind of tied into that. Whether people were drug addicts and alcoholics or just severely toxic people. Severely abusive people. As long as we're making excuses for these types of behaviors and conducts in people, we're not healing. As long as we are denying our own needs, our own rights, our own health and well-being in the name of these people, we're not healing. And we're certainly not helping them. See, that's the irony, because some people really be thinking they really be having it and they get up that they doing some help. You're not helping. You're in the way. You're in the way because you're coddling them like they're 2 years old. And just like how we deal with our children, if we don't put certain parameters in place as we're parenting them, then we become enablers too. We get in the way because why? We won't let little John develop. Little John is now 15 years old and we're still dealing with him like he's 3. He's having temper tantrums, falling out, throwing shit, you know what I'm saying? Abusing motherfuckers, beating you up, and you still making excuses for little John that's 13 years old now. Because we don't want to deal with the fact that if you don't help them, because they can't understand, they need to be taught and helped in a healthy way by way of example, but teaching as well. Not what we do, not what we preach to them, but it's like, okay, little John, we want you to understand why we're saying this. You start there. Why is this inappropriate, little John? Why we can't do this? This is why we don't beat up people, little John. It's not appropriate to hit people, little John. Okay, unless you're defending yourself. We don't go about life, hitting people and slapping people and throwing shit at people. That's unloving. That's not kind. Okay? We don't do that if we don't have to, little John. We only put hands when we must put hands, little John. Okay? Otherwise, these are the consequences. You can end up killing someone. You can end up going to jail. You can end up, you need to understand. Okay, we start there. We keep going. We keep going. We keep going, making sure that we're monitoring whether or not John is getting it. But we don't keep the same approach. If John is not getting it, then we must help John. John may have to, now next thing, he has to go sit in jail, bitch. We need to, old Johnny John that's used to getting away with murder needs to go sit in jail, bitch. He need to go sit in there, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He need to think about that. Little John, okay, now you're of a certain age. We've had this conversation 300,000 times. Each time we've tried something else. Okay, we've tried showing you videos, bitch. We've tried every kind of approach of teaching. We have lived an exampleship before you to show you we don't believe in violence. We've lived this exampleship before you to show you that we don't put hands on motherfuckers unless we are in defense mode. But yet, this still has not clicked for you. So now we must take it to the next phase. You got to go. You need to sit down right here so you can know, so you can maybe hopefully start connecting the dots that this is my behavior and conduct and this is where it's going to land me if I don't change. But as long as people, little John in this example, can come to us with crocodile tears and promises and stall tactics and please have mercy on me, it's like, no, we've had mercy on you thus far. This is why you haven't already been dead. And this is why you haven't already been in jail. That is up. Mercy is done. Because mercy hasn't taught you. Mercy and grace is designed to teach you, to help you. But it has not for you. So for you, we're going to have to use what works for you. And maybe then you'll catch it and maybe you won't. But it will be more and more severe with each infraction. Put your hand in the fire. Eventually, that fire is going to affect you. Collective, stop falling for the foolery. Be done. Okay? Because a lot of you have already closed out cycles. You're done. But be done. Stay vigilant. Be committed to your path because that's your power. I promise you that's where your power is. It ain't in just moving to another town and vegging out. Nah, they still doing energy work on you. They still sending in the mops, baby. They still sending them the sluts. You think they quit? I don't think so. So our power is in our path. Our power is in being committed to that. Ups and downs and all around. I'm not saying it's cinchy. But your dedication to I will ascend and heal come hell or high water, bitch. No thank you. Get into the no thank you frequency. Okay? Until you build your momentum. We must build momentum, collective. We've had momentum in the other direction for a long time. That's why a lot of manifestations have come from that kind of energy. We must build momentum in our healing and ascension as well. We must build momentum in becoming decent human beings as well. If we want to reap, we have to invest the same way this is a deep one. The same way we invested in toxic shit. That same gusto and dedication that many of us had to fuckery. Okay? Lust and debauchery, bitch. All manner of evil. Oh, I love those words. Lasciviousness, I swear to God. Don't laugh at me, y'all. But it just makes it sound more fun, okay? But All manner of evil, bitch. I'm just saying, like, oh man, some of us was some hellions. Listen to me and hear me good. Okay? Boy, I tell you what, you won't, we was disciplined. Look, bitch, we was disciplined to do fucked up shit. See, that's why I find it fascinating. It's a game, it's a trick. Because we was disciplined in fucking motherfuckers. We was disciplined in hoeing, disciplined in stealing, disciplined in getting all the weed created, bitch. Disciplined in all manner of evil, unless it was just we be disciplined in the party, bitch. We disciplined and, shit, going to get some snacks. We disciplined and going to buy some new shit, bitch. Most of us get super duper creative when it comes down to we want something and got our mind the fuck made up. We are being guided to take that same gumption, but take it in the right direction now. For your healing, for your awakening, for reclaiming your power, reclaiming your divinity, reclaiming your mind. Like, motherfuckers, this is my mind and body, bitch. Deuce! Get the fuck out of my energy or pay for it. That same kind of tenacity, that same kind of, I ain't gonna give up, I'm going down, motherfucker swinging, motherfucker going down, swinging. But I ain't gonna quit though. That's what I ain't gonna do. You heard? Like, we gotta get that kind of tenacity. Like, boom, bitch. I'm finna to go outside, bitch, do some shit, some sit-ups. What if I don't give a fuck what I need to do, bitch? Like, start getting creative. Start getting creative. Like, oh, bitch, need to go outside? Okay, look, we finna do hopscotch. What, bitch? Let's change up my energy, bitch. Because I am finna be dedicated to my healing, to my awakening, to reclaiming my power, to stepping into my authenticity, to cutting out these weird nigga bitches, to cutting, look. Attitudes, mindsets, beliefs, habits, whatever it was, boom, shadow work. Oh, my fucker, integration, bitch. Okay, it's time for me to rise from the ashes, bitch. Oh, like being dedicated, doing it afraid with my knees shaking. I'd rather do that than stay fucked up with fucked up motherfuckers. I will. You heard me? That kick, yeah, Now, they be doing shit on the chakras and shit. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all, like, y'all's got to work on the energy, bitch. Start renouncing shit. Be like, fuck that team. Take me down the renunciation path, bitch. On behalf of myself and the ancestors. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're done. We're done. And understanding that every other human, it's up to them to do whatever they gonna do with their perspective journey, y'all. Karmics come in for a reason. Lessons. They have their perspective lessons. They usually buck their lessons. So hence why they're karmics, and they typically stay in that frequency until whatever the fuck. Because everybody's got lessons they're here for. But we're never here to so-called reform. You don't reform a karmic, dear. We're here to reform ourselves. That's it. We're here to catch it, learn it, heal, integrate, release, cut. Like, that's it. That's it, though. It ain't healed, so let me... No, they're going to kill your ass. Some of this shit is going to be a slow death for some of you. Others of you, well... You got to get past this 3D, though. Trust me, I know it ain't easy. Got to be put on them other eyes. I call it the other eyes, right? Like, I have eyes, and regular eyes, but I have other eyes, my other eyes. I had to start training, practicing my vision with my other eyes. Because my other eyes is going to sniff through the appearance. It may not have it all figured out, but it's going to smell. It's going to sniff. It's going to be like, reading subtle energy. And then watching patterns. But we have to be still and intentional enough to do that as well, okay? So anyway, take care of yourselves. But this is what the motherfuckers are doing. And they're not going to stop doing it, okay? Remember I said, they self-destruct. But in desperation, they're swinging, y'all. Okay, they're going to keep swinging to all these extremes. Okay, they got the spell work going, bitch. They're trying to still figure out a way to stay tied to some of y'all lives so you can still get some bad karma, bitch. They're still trying to get you caught up in some shit so you can evoke bad karma on yourself for fucking with them. They still trying to figure out ways to get you so fucked up that you don't fight for your life, bitch. You just tired. You're somewhere on the couch, bitch, passed out, bitch, and just eating potato chips. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm aware of the fatigue spells, all of the shit that they do. Disclaimer. I know that there are ascension symptoms that we go through too that sometimes looks very similar, okay? Ascension symptoms like headaches, tiredness. But what I recommend is set an intention. You don't have to think about it. Just ask your team to help you to navigate the difference, okay? The ascension symptoms when they're trying to help you to, maybe you need more rest. Maybe you need more water. Maybe you need more, all of that because of the ascension, the integration, okay? Versus rituals and toxic energy that's being sent to you. You can simply ask your team like, hey, show me the difference and help me to break or return to sender or reverse, ricochet, whatever you want to call it, on a time loop when it has to do with people fucking with my energy. And then command retribution. Because that's the flow I'm at. I'm like, I command it. I'm going to order this shit till my last day on earth, bitch. And then afterwards, when I'm not on earth no more. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's stalling up on you guys. I apologize. I know that sucks. The connection is wonky. I see it. I'm aware of it. Okay? But you can talk to your team about that, okay? You don't have to think a lot about it. Either way, you do want to self-love and self-care and take care of yourself, okay? But all I want to encourage you guys to do is don't you dare, whether you're a masculine or feminine here, that's going through an awakening and ascension, you hear me and you hear me good. From the highest place of my heart, don't you dare lay down and die for these son of bitches. You hear me? Don't you dare lay down and die for their ass. You heard me? Go somewhere in your life, heal, your heart, whatever you're going through, whatever lessons that this stuff was for you, okay, whatever you feel like you did wrong, whatever happened, whatever transpired, but listen to me, don't you dare, don't you die for these motherfuckers. You heard me? You get up, you get up, call back your power. Call back your energy. Call back your soul fragments from each one of these motherfuckers. And send them back their energy. You hear me? By the violet flame. Ask your team to step in, but get up. Get up. And you live. You heal. You grow. You learn, you expand, You fight. Get up. Don't lay down for these motherfuckers no more. Make them wish they didn't fuck with you. You get up. Make them wish they never even thought of doing a spell on you. Get up. Get up. Step into your divinity. Activate the God seed in you. Get up. Love on yourself. All that energy you have invested in toxic motherfuckers, take it back. Take them off them damn pedestals. Them fake ass pedestals they were on to begin with. Send that energy back to yourself. Get up. Every time you're feeling weird and you know they're doing weird nigga bitch shit, take it as a sign. Ah, Eureka. It's a matter of time now. Get up. Don't allow it to cause you to go backward and second guess anything that you know. Is it unfortunate that there are a lot of innocent lives that are connected to these people that suffer? It is. That's still not your business. It's not your job. Because these individuals willfully did things to many people and many families and many innocent ones. And they didn't blink or think twice about it. You have to keep that in the forefront of your heart and mind as you move forward, allowing the universe, source, ancestors, ascended masters, whoever is involved with bringing justice. Because it is sad. But we're not here to be the savior of them. We're here to save ourselves. Hopefully, lives left over around these people, maybe, hopefully, for some of them, it serves as their own version of awakening if they take the energy properly. If they go to the left with it, then they're going to rack up karma for themselves too. Because this is the direct result of cause and effect that's happening to these people. They laughed, they mocked, they stalked, they stole. They did all sorts of things. And they didn't care, collective. They didn't care. So now is not the time for you to take on worries and concerns that are not yours to take. Every human needs to learn this lesson or will be forced to, some of them to the very end of their lives. We live by the decisions we make. Our choices and behavior and conduct will always directly affect what's around us and what's important to us. This is why it's very sad that narcissists don't even give a fuck about their own children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because they don't. We live by the decisions we make. This is why I address groups, gangs, and all that, because every last one of us will sit in this position. We live by the decisions we make, period. And what matters to us will be directly affected by our behavior and conduct, one way or the other, eventually.